NASCAR Cup Series driver Erik Jones will miss at least this weekend's race at Dover. The driver, the number 43 for Legacy Motor Club, posted a short social media video, and then Legacy Motor Club released a press release about Jones, who got hurt in this past Sunday's race at Talladega. So let's read the press release. Erik Jones, driver the number 43 Dollar Tree Toyota Camry XSZ for Legacy Motor Club, will not compete in this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series event at Dover Motor Speedway. Legacy Motor Club's reserve driver, Corey Heim, will substitute for Jones in this weekend's 400-mile race. Jones was involved in a multi-car accident on lap 157 during Sunday afternoon's Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway, and the 27-year-old was checked and released from the track infield care center. He was then transported to UAB University Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama, for further evaluation and testing. Jones returned home to North Carolina on Sunday night and met with specialists in the Charlotte area, where it was determined that Jones suffered a compression fracture in a lower vertebra. Although there has been no timeline set for Jones's return behind the wheel, he will be in attendance in Dover to help call the race with his crew. Heim, 21, a native of Marietta, Georgia, currently competes in the NASCAR Truck Series for Tricon Garage and in the Xfinity Series for Sam Hunt Racing. Erik's long-term health is our number one priority, said Jimmy Johnson, co-owner of Legacy Motor Club. It will be great to see him at the track Sunday, and we intend to give him the time it takes to recover properly. I know Corey will do a great job behind the wheel for the club. In the meantime, our thoughts are with Erik and his wife, Holly. They have our total support. Legacy Motor Club will request a waiver for Jones to remain eligible for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. So yes, Erik Jones, hard crash on Sunday. Just that Toyota pileup that happened. If you want to see the replay, you can find it. I don't usually show replays of crashes that have to do with injuries. So if you really want to see it, I believe in you to find it. But yeah, as for that last part, NASCAR will grant them the eligibility, the playoff waiver. They've never denied anyone a playoff waiver for injury. But I mean, really, it was just a freak accident in a sense. I mean, look, the cars are pretty safe today. Let's be honest. Like, this crash 23 years ago, it looked very similar to the one that killed Dale Earnhardt. So these cars are very safe, but the fact of the matter is NASCAR will never be, any racing series will never be 100% safe from injury. So it's happened. It will continue to happen. And, you know, when it does happen, you learn, you improve. You know, I'm sure NASCAR will look at the car. They'll take it to the R&D center or something like that. But you hate to see an injury to any driver. You hate to see this kind of thing. But ultimately, Jones, he crashed on Sunday, and he came over the radio and said, like, I don't know if I'm all right. My back hurts. And I was at the track, and I don't remember them showing him getting out of the car, so I don't know if he needed assistance. But afterwards, he went to the media, or not the media center, the infield care center, went outside, talked to the media. He was standing up, talking to the media, said his back was a little bit sore. But then he went back into the infield care center, got further evaluated. They decided to take him to Birmingham, which is about an hour or so away, and get him, you know, further checked out. And ultimately, as it said in the press release, he went to Charlotte. They got some specialists to check, and he has a compression fracture, and they didn't specify where, but somewhere in the lower back area, one of the lower vertebra. As for how long he's going to be out, Erik Jones, in his social media video that he posted, he said they're going to take it week by week. So they're not going to declare him out for 4 weeks, for 6 weeks, however long it is. But just doing some research, looking back at some previous injuries in NASCAR that have to do with the back. Last year, Alex Bowman missed about 4 weeks, 4 races, after he suffered a fracture in one of or a couple of his vertebra, but that was from a sprint car accident. But still, Bowman missed almost a month of action. Some other big ones, Aric Almirola, he had a really bad back injury. He missed 8 to 12 weeks after a crash at Kansas 7 years ago. And then Denny Hamlin, about 11 years ago at Auto Club, he crashed and he missed a little bit over a month and a half or so, due to some fractured vertebra. So Obviously, the back is something you don't really want to mess with a lot. So I'm sure they will take their time to get Erik Jones ready to make sure he is fully healthy, fully ready to get back in the Cup Series car. As for the substitute, Corey Heim, yeah, he's the reserve driver for Legacy Motor Club. I think he's like the reserve driver for all the Toyota teams. So no shock to see that. It's going to be his Cup Series debut. He's got some time to prepare. He's got about 5 days to prepare now, but it's going to be a big learning experience for him. It's going to be a big opportunity for him, though. Obviously, Corey Heim, big on Toyota's radar. He's doing great in the Truck Series. He did great in the Truck Series last year. Even if he wasn't the reserve driver, I'm sure he would be a candidate. So, yeah, it's not the situation he wants to see in terms of making his Cup Series debut, but it is happening this week. I'm sure they're going to give him all the resources they can. Erik Jones is going to help him out. As I said, Erik Jones will be at the racetrack this weekend, but ultimately Erik Jones is for sure out this week at Dover. As for the medium term and long term, we really don't know. But in terms of his health, but in terms of long term of his chances this year, right now, in terms of, as I said earlier, he's going to get that playoff waiver. I'd be shocked if he didn't get it. But as of now, if he misses multiple races, it's going to be a must-win to get into the playoffs. He currently sits, if my math's correct here, the website does not have the playoff cutoff, which is a little bit annoying, so I had to do the math myself. But it says that he's 64 points out of the playoffs, which that's a big deficit. But once again, it's early in the season. But if he misses multiple races, that number is just going to get higher. So if Erik Jones does miss multiple races, he's probably going to need a win to get into the playoffs. So that just sucks for them, sucks for that team, sucks for Erik Jones. I feel like Jones is just a really likable driver. You never really hear many people say much bad about him. So as I said earlier, injuries suck, but they happen. You hate to see it happen anytime, and I don't know what else to say, really. But thanks for watching this video. That's all the updates I got on Erik Jones. Anything further, I'll let you know, whether it's his return or if he's out even longer. But this weekend, Corey Heim will drive the number 43. Erik Jones will be at the track, but obviously not driving due to his injury. I'm sure we'll talk about this more tonight. We've got our normal post-race the Monday after live stream. I know it's Tuesday, but I was driving home yesterday from Talladega, so I didn't get a chance to do that. So we're going to do the Monday after on a Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you guys can get there for that. Any changes to those plans, I'll let you know. Any other news, I will let you know. Hoping that Erik Jones gets better and is able to come back as soon as possible.